What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Madville Motorsports. Got the Project 96 Mazda 626 we're working on. Got plenty to do to it. Just took all the wheels and tires off. We've got some worn out struts, A-arms, axles, bearings. I don't know, we'll have to see, but the bushings and the A-arms, they look pretty rough. And then also we have this, so yeah, that strut's just flopping around. As you can see, the bushing's completely, it looks like somebody cut it out of there. It's wild. So we're gonna be doing 4 struts. Got a pile of struts there, and then over here we've got all the control arms, got all the A-arms, got all the bearings, axles, hubs, etc. So hopefully this will do it. We'll just have to wait until we get it all took apart and see what else we'll need. So let's get to it. What's up, everybody? I'm working on this video. I'm trying a new time lapse, and I have a new mount that goes around my neck, so hopefully it turns out good. But anyway, whew, man, this thing's a 96, and I guarantee you 99% of everything that I'm taking off of it or loosening or anything other than maybe the brakes, of course, because it's got 130,000 on it, so I'm sure the brakes have been changed a couple of times, but I doubt anything else has been touched. And whew, man, them bolts were hard to get off there. So but anyway, we're gonna continue doing the time lapse. Hope y'all enjoy it. Let's get back at it. Alright, everybody, just doing a little update. Like I told you earlier, doing the new time lapse. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I've got a new neck mount, I think I said earlier in the video, but trying it out, seeing how it works, because I really want to make this channel, I want to make it a good channel. You know, I want people to want to see my content. I know some of this stuff, working on cars, especially these big projects like this, get a little boring. So that's why I'm trying the time lapse out. And I've got some saved content I'm trying to get off the GoPros, having some issues too. So hold on, buddy. Hold on, I'm on the video. But anyway, so update. Pre-ordered all these parts for this 96 Mazda 626. We got both front sides apart, got the struts out, got these spindles off. I've still got to take the hubs out of the spindles. Got the struts off. I've got a spring compressor tool. I got to get it and get the springs off of them to put on the new ones, because obviously new struts do not come with springs. It's kind of hard to order parts for a 96 Mazda 626. They're all FDO, at least a week or two or plus out, if you can even get them. So, Royston. Sorry, little shop foreman over here being knucklehead. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Right now I'm fixing to take the lower control arms off, the sway bar links and the tie rod ends. I'm still waiting on tie rod ends from the parts store and brake pads for all four. And also, I don't know if y'all watch my shorts and stuff, but we'll go over and show you real quick. So all these parts, pieced it together. This axle is an old axle. It's supposed to be brand new. I guess somebody pulled those switcheroo, or they didn't. The worker at the store didn't check the box. It is like ancient. It looks way worse than mine do. There's your brand new axle. This thing looks rough. Anyway, I do have one axle, so waiting on them to give me the other new one. Then the control arms, this box and that box, have the right part numbers on the box. Opened up the boxes, and I have two control arms for the driver's side. I've only got one sitting there because they both are the same. They both have the right part numbers stamped on it. They're just one of them's in the wrong box, so who knows. Parts store life, baby. Woo! Never fails. It's kind of, I don't know why it's gotten so bad nowadays. I think the parts stores have gotten rid of a lot of good people, and people just there's no quality nowadays in anything. So, but anyways, enough of yakking. Let's get back to the time lapse. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Booyah! Alright guys, real quick, as you see, I've been taking the control arms off. Tie rods look like they're going to be okay, like typical tie rods, but the sway bar links are, I'm sure, like I said earlier in the video, all factory. It's a 96, so the thing is 28 years old, so I'm sure they're all still factory. Sway bar links are spinning like a lot of them do, and I'm about to get some pliers in there and try to get them to hold. There ain't much room, there ain't a nut on the inside, so we'll see what we can do. But it's coming along, man. Disassembling this whole chassis overhaul on the 626. Oh yeah. guys, another update. We've had a lot going on, man. Hope y'all enjoy this video. It's a long video on how to overhaul the 96 Mazda 626 full chassis. But anyway, we've got the tie rod ends off, the outers, as you seen a second ago. Clean the ABS sensors. We've got the lower control arms off. Caliper sitting there waiting on brake pads. Moving it back on. Struts are out. Hubs, spindles, everything out on both sides on the front. So just waiting on parts. The right parts, that is. Waiting on the right parts, I should say. So just giving it a check in, guys. Appreciate y'all. Alright everybody, we're back working on the Mazda 626. Still waiting on a bunch of parts from the parts store since they gave us a few wrong parts or used parts. We got the spring compressor. We're going to have to take these struts apart, put the springs and all the plates and stuff back on the new ones, which sucks, but that's the only way we can get struts for this car. Since it's a 96, everything's hard to get, so gonna put it on, get back to the time lapse, and we'll see you in a few. Alright, we got the spring compressor tool, trying to get these struts, get the shocks compressed down as much as they'll go. These things scare the crap out of me. I hate compressing the springs, so do it slowly, and always wear your eye protection, hand, ear. Just be careful when you're doing this crap. Go ahead and take it nut off the end. Sit to the side. Don't sit in front of it. Hold it square. Everything will slide off. You don't take it off. You gotta slide everything off, then slide it on the new one. It's been on there a long time. It's a 96, so it's probably not gonna come off too easy. Pull it off. Pull it off. You ain't nothing to pry on. No.
Cause that ain't
the whole thing's got to come off, Jaden. All that spring, everything.
You're talking about this cap.
Everything has to come off. It's all. The nut's the only thing that holds it on. It's got to take the spring and everything off. Let me go get the mallet. Trying to tell you, you don't want to listen. That one doesn't have a plate to go back on the top. We're still waiting on them to come in, so you can go ahead and put it. You can take the spring compressor tool off and just set it over there for now, and then put the spring compressor tool on this one, shrink it down, do the same thing. We can take them apart and have them ready, but we don't have the plates for those two. We're gonna take the backs off and disassemble the rear end, have it ready, get these hubs took apart, get the new ones on. Be careful to just do a little bit at a time. Alright guys, we're gonna continue to tear these struts apart. Just want to show y'all a little bit how it goes. Just be careful, like we said. Always remember that they're under load. So see y'all soon. All right, we just pressed the hubs out of the spindles, and as you can see, there's bearings there. These are, I'm sure they're all factory, like everything else. It's got a snap ring, C-ring, whatever you want to call them. We got to take out, get the bearings out of there. But these new ones, they're sealed bearings. Those are not. So that's why I said I'm sure they're factory. So we'll get them snap rings out of there, get those bearings out, get the new ones in. Because these front hubs are the ones that have the spline in them. Rear hubs have the ABS. That's rear hub. Got new of those too. All new everything. Alright guys, we're gonna team up Poppy's old snap rings out of here. Oh, don't put your fingers in there. Watch out. Watch out. Get those glasses on. Told you not to be in here working without them on. Well, there's how those are. Now we get it. These bearings are gonna come out of there. They're old. They have to be pressed out. Yeah, they're probably going to be pressed out. Back to the press. Just line it up. Let's see if this will do it. Stop, so it may not go no further. Let's see. It's not going nowhere. Release it. Just release it just enough. Right there. A little bit more. Right there. Let's see if we can find something. Taking pieces of wood off. Set them up here. I'll set those two 4x4s in the middle. Set one of them 2x6s back in the middle. You always want to get it up as high as you can. That way you get to use the press as much to get it down there. Go ahead. Here, I'll do it. It's easier to get it down there with your thumb than use that to tighten it. Whoa, they're not moving. Take it back out, let's figure out what's going on. It's not moving.
Just eating the wood.
Back up. Alright, everybody. We're having a hell of a time with these bearings. So this thing's 30 some odd years old, almost 28 years old. So they do not want to come out. Trying to get the right combination here. They're moving, but barely. And when it does, it's going to blow them out the bottom into the floor. It should be getting close. Oh, sorry guys. Just waiting on these things, man. It's gonna take a while. Have to put a lot of pressure on them, so easy does it. They're about out. Come on. They're actually moving a lot better now. I think we're maxed out again. Alright guys, I don't want to bore you any more than we already have, so we'll get these things pressed out. It's just about to fall out right now. Come on. There they go. After we do this, we gotta do the other side. Booyah! Alright, old one's out. We're actually going to use it for a little bit of leverage, but we'll press these new ones back in. Didn't want to do time lapse on this one, these steps. I figured we'd just do it the regular time. Raise it back up, raise it back up. Just a little bit. I don't want to gouge up those new bearings or seals, so. Yeah, it's got let off. It's too cockeyed. We're gonna have to. Oh, let's go. I need something. Backside of these spindles are really hard to get level and square to get this new bearing in there. So we've got it all rigged up because I mean literally all we can do. Down a tiny bit. Take it back up. This is my other knucklehead son. He's out here helping me today. He's a busy man, so I don't get him out here much. So hopefully he'll be more part of the channel too. That's his Warrior that we're working on, and he drives this Mazda that we're rebuilding too. So we've got many vehicles and many projects, but glad he gets to help me today. All right, guys, we're gonna press these bearings back in real quick. Keep going. Good. It's just the wood popping. Go, 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 go. Once it starts, just go. Alright, it's good. It's bottomed out now, so we'll have to probably set the old bearing on it and do the same thing. So let's go. Let's go to, we need something like this whole bearing. We don't have. We're going to get something. Now we need something to sure that side up, protect it. Be right back, guys. We're gonna go hunt for some metal. Alright, guys. Use the old bearing, of course, to get that one back in there. Make sure our snap ring will go back in it. Flip it over here and check it. Pretty dang close. That's crazy. Dan Quinn just left the Cowboys to go coach the Commanders. Oh my God. I knew it. Jerry Jones got to pay that big money to keep. All right, we got one side done. We ain't gonna bore you with the next. We're gonna press it out, press the new ones in, move on to the next step. We got the new bearings pressed in, snap rings are in, bearings in, snap rings in, front hubs, good to go. On to the next step. Alright, back at it. We're waiting on parts for the front end, waiting on the right axles, waiting on the mounting plates for the front struts, because the struts that come with them, that one's broke, like I said in the previous. So now we're going to tear the rear end apart. Well, we've got the lateral links for both sides, sway bar links, hubs, and then we got to remove the struts and replace them too. So hopefully we don't have to wait on any more parts for the rear. We can get it done. So here we go for the time lapse. Checking in real quick. We just pulled the rears off, put the new hubs in, and they're not sealed like the ones that were on it, so we made sure to pack plenty of grease down in there. So just a little update, and then we've got to now I've got the calipers off, and then we're going to replace all these lateral link bars and then get them done, and then the strut. I think we can do it last while everything's still attached, so get back to it. Appreciate it. Alright, real quick, we're working on taking the rear sway bar links and all these bars that lateral links. We gotta take all them off, and everything, like I said, and all this stuff, it's all factory. So everything being factory, it does not want to come off. So we're having to work extra hard. Then broke a couple wrenches and everything. So we're struggling, but we're getting it just because everything's so rusted and bound up from it being a 96. So get back at it. All right, we've got the sway bar links off, and now we're working on the lateral links, but there's a lot to them, so make sure we do it right, but nothing wants to come out right, so we're getting it. We're doing another update. Man, this thing has a ton you have to take off. The way the lateral link works and the rear subframe and stuff. So I've got the subframe drop down on both sides. Let this side down so that I can get the lateral link, that bolt out up there. So now this bar is hitting the lower the rearward lateral link. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the strut down. So as I haven't took those bolts out yet, I loosened a little bit, got to take them out so it'll drop down so I can finish getting that out, and then I've got to take the struts out anyway. So I'm just trying not to take it all together, all off at one time, and that way I can take one side off, piece all the new pieces in, put it back. Same thing on the other side. Take what out what we're replacing one at a time, put them back in one at a time, and that way we're not literally setting the whole chassis on the floor, rebuilding it and putting it back up. So see how it goes. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoy this video. Hit that like and comment. Hit that subscribe button. Tell all your friends and family. Working hard, trying to make this channel enjoyable. I know some of these longer videos do get a little boring at times. That's why I'm doing time lapse on the majority of it. So hope y'all enjoy it. Stay tuned. Here we go. yeah, you know what time it is. Been slaving away. We had to take the subframe down and everything. It's a mess. But anyway, time to eat some burger and chips. Booyah. All right. So, working on this. Got the lateral links halfway in. Ain't tightening nothing up. Subframe still not tight. Got to get the struts. Fixing to lower the car down, remove the struts. But got the lateral links halfway in. Subframe chilling just enough. So, man, what a job. I tell you, this thing's gonna be like a brand new one. Yeah, get this low rider almost on the ground. Sucks how the front struts are a lot easier, of course, and they're under the hood. Right there, up in there, that's there. I have to fold down the back seat. So there's 4 on the front strut mounts, 4 bolts. There's only 3 in the back. So we just got to get 3 off on each side. Let's do it. Whew, shoot. I'm telling you. All right. Got in there. Strut towers in the rear wasn't that bad. One nut on each side was hard to get to. I had to go through the back seat, but it's just really hard to get to. Another thing, these ABS sensors, they really don't want to come out. So I got to be careful. I had to put the hangers up, which I usually do anyway, but on these, the ABS sensor, I don't want to damage them. I want to be really easy with them. So I'll clean up these spindles, get the grease off of them. We got new grease, new hubs, new bearings, new everything. This has been one heck of a job, but we enjoy it. But this is a full overhaul, all new chassis, completely new chassis. But we get done with this, just got a new set of tires put on. So I mean, this thing, once I get it, as soon as we get it back together and get it down to let my buddy do a 4-wheel alignment, new brakes, new wheel, or new tires, new brakes, all new chassis. Boy, hopefully it's only got 130,000 original miles, so like any vehicle, you take care of them, man, they'll last you a long time. But with this one, it's a little beat up here and there, but ain't no big deal. So I think we get all the chassis took care of, and then we're going to clean the engine up a little bit. I think we may have a timing cover gasket leaking a little bit, so we'll see. But it's a manual 5-speed, and we love this little car. If I can just keep my teenager from destroying it, we'll be good. So now we're going to get to collapsing those springs down and getting them off the old struts. I'm going ahead and getting them on the new struts, because the fronts, like I said a minute ago, we're waiting on the mounting plates for the front, and that's why we're held up there. All right, let's get back to it. I've jabbered enough. Like always, appreciate y'all tuning in. Let's do this. right, everybody, real quick. Sorry, that segment took a lot longer than expected. These new spring compressors and stuff I got, just trying to see which way works better with them. So I did get one of the new struts put back together. You got to have them perfectly lined up. It's a pain in the butt trying to line everything up. And plus, this stuff is so dirty. I sprayed the car off before I started. Still super dirty. But so that causes an issue too. So, but anyway, we're going to get on to the next one. All right. Got the struts cleaned up. Got the new rear ones. Got the springs off on the new ones. Ready to go back in. What a mess. All right, sorry everybody. These struts, putting them back in, you know, we rebuilt the entire strut, so they're just, if they're off by like 1/16 of an inch, man, they do not want to line up. So it only took a couple little tugs on the driver's side rear, and it went in. The passenger side's giving me a fit, so sorry for the camera work. I know this new mount, I'm trying to get better at it, so I can give you guys better content. I ain't trying to make you nauseous by watching the screen, and I apologize for that, but whew, I'm really trying. It's a lot harder when you're doing all this by yourself too, so ain't that right? Ain't that right, Royston? Say peace out, man. Peace. All right, let's get to it. All right, like always, man, I keep apologizing to y'all because I know this this chest mount camera causes some issues, but that way I can work with both these hands. Here soon, I'm hoping to have a cameraman, so I really hope y'all stick with us, man. Watch the content, enjoy it, give us some suggestions, comments, etc. But make sure you subscribe and tell all your friends and family. Like I say all the time, you know, we've got big things coming. This is the grunt work that's got to be done right now, so we can get this thing on track, because been building this garage for the last few years, Now we're trying to catch everything up, our personal vehicles, etc. So, but anyway, like I said, apologize for the camera views, but we will get better. We're going to get better. And once I have a cameraman, everything will be really good. So let me know what y'all think. Let's get back to it. I'm going to go ahead and tighten all these bolts on top of the struts. Y'all know where it's at, so I'm going to skip out a little bit. All right, so the top mounts of the rear struts are in. Let this bad boy down, get it out of the way. Oh, shit. Caught my hook. How funny. Good old Matco hooks. You gotta watch this jack. It's old. It was my dad's spring. My 3-year-old broke the spring that holds the handle vertical, but my God, it still works. I don't know, buddy. All right, so top mounts are in. You gotta tighten the bottom. Top mounts are in. Gotta tighten the bottoms. We're gonna lift it up and do just that. All right, got the car lifted back up. I don't know if any of y'all own lifts, but you got a big truck on there. You can only go, you can get under it, but 7 foot, 7.5. But with these cars, you can go a little bit higher because it won't hit the trip. So as you can see, we're at least probably 6 inches higher with the car. What, son? Your hands are cold? Yeah. It's not cold in here, son.
But my hands are cold.
That is it. We'll do it and fix it in just a second. Let's get back to it. This big project. Alright, guys. Trying to get this rear chassis put back together. Got the new sway bar links and kind of blown away because these actually have Allen mounts, which is very rare nowadays. So these are drive works, but it's wild to see sway bar links for a Mazda 626. They all need to come with them because you should be able to grease them, period. Come on, buddy.
I can see new mopper.
Yeah, I'll let you mop when we get the new mop bucket out. Daddy's recording a video, buddy. Alright, so they're both 45s. This is cool. I'm excited that these sway bar links have Allen mounts. You know you got it bad when you get excited about stuff like that. Golly, come on, seat in there. All right. Tighten those here in a minute. Probably 8mm. Uh-oh. Can you pick that up for me? Uh-oh. Dropped both of them.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy. This one has oil all over it. This other one didn't. And for a second, I was like, well, is this thing used?
think it's good, but the difference in them is pretty big because this one almost looks dirty. But anyway, maybe it's just a quality control issue. Maybe whoever put the grease in them in the factory decided they were going to pack them full, which is the way they should be. But should have just enough, because if they have Alamots, of course you go around and do that when you're done. All right, we're going to tighten these up, get them in, and go back to time lapse. Appreciate everybody. Just kicking, guys. We'll come over here and try to find a... wow, quit, Royston. These are actually 10 millimeter Alamots. So we'll tighten these real quick. Hopefully there's not a lot of background noise from the TV. Snug these down, and then hopefully they are in line with putting the grease gun on them. It's always the number one issue.
I got my second.
Daddy picked it up and put it in.
Why put that in here?
Because you left it outside.
Out in the rock.
See, this, I don't know if y'all can see it real good. Watch that cap. I'm trying to tighten the Alamite. Cap is spinning. That sucks. That's why I'm seeing the grease. That's why there's so much grease in the bag. Of course. It's always something. But at least they're tight. Little baby 10 millimeter.
Rear sway bar links about to go in. And then we'll be able to tighten up the subframe, the lateral links, the the struts. We'll put the hubs back on, rotors back on. Still waiting on brake pads. So that is something we're still waiting on. So we'll take care of that sometime tomorrow. I do have another business that I have to run a couple days a week. So probably be there mostly tomorrow, which to y'all it's the same because this video will run together when I edit it. But anyways, just letting y'all know. This is not the only business I run. Been doing the other one for many, many years. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. And go ahead and tighten up all this and do what I just said. Go back to time lapse. Appreciate y'all. Madville Motorsports, baby. Say boom shakalaka. Say booyah. Come on, dude. Don't leave me hanging. Say booyah.
I don't want to.
Okay. He's being a whiny butt. All right, everybody. So, forget all I just said in that last section. Those sway bar links were for the front. The ones with Alamites, they said rear on them, and these said front. But guess what? These are the rears, those are the fronts, which is good because the rear, I mean, it's fine because the front need Alamites because the front end on a front wheel drive takes the most abuse, takes everything. You know what I'm saying? That's what moves the most. So these are the two rear sway bar links, and these are the correct ones. So let's get it put in. right. Well, we like I said, we still haven't tightened everything. I got the sway bar links in, the right ones, and these do not have Alamites. There's sealed bearing sway bar links, but they're brand new, so we're good. This truck car is 28 years old. It's getting all fresh, everything, especially underneath. Got the new hubs, got the rotors back on. We just got to put the axle nut back on. So I want to check over everything, wipe everything down a little bit. Still waiting on other parts to get here, and then we're going to go ahead and tighten up the subframe. All that stuff's still loose. I just want to make sure everything lines up correctly. Let's get it back together. Say what?
Missing 2 of your out.
2 of my wrenches.
Yes, 2 of your wrenches. You forgot to get more.
Yeah, they're around here somewhere.
But you have to come and get my oil. You have to get my oil pump. You have to get it out. It's under here.
Oh, yeah? Your oil pump?
Yes.
Is something wrong with your oil pump?
No, I don't see it. Let's go back here. See?
Jared, check your suspension, check your tire pressure.
You see, that is the oil pump.
Oh, okay.
I have to take this out.
Okay. You're doing a good job. What's up, everybody? You see my nice new fancy neck mount? I know it's probably not the greatest, but we're trying it out. Like I told you earlier, I'm trying to get better. So, Madville Motorsports, booyah. But anyway, I'm covered in dirt from head to toe, man. This car, I've pressure washed it, like I said earlier. Pressure washed it, cleaned it up, put it up here, tore it apart, and it's still nasty. So, but we got a lot done. Let's look at it. All right, so like I said, I got to put the axle nuts on, but I think it's the only one I got left besides the brake calipers. We're waiting on brake pads. So struts are in. They're mounted at the top, brand new. Mounted at the bottom. Shh, Royston. Daddy's recording, okay? Got the sway bar links, the lateral links, frontward, rearward. Here, boom, boom. Got them, boom, boom. Sway bars, strut, top, bottom. I got to put the ABS bolt back in, and then the rear subframe is back in. So, man, what a job. We're getting there. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Give me some more of it. Just hate when it's your own vehicles all the time, especially for a teenager. It was given. It ain't his fault. maybe burning out the clutch, then the master cylinder, then a couple other things. We're getting there, guys and gals. All right, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but dude, this is the biggest breaker bar I've ever owned. This Icon 3/4 inch. I think it's 36 inch maybe. It's like 3 foot, but it's a 3/4 inch. Dude, this thing is a freaking monster. Let's find the right socket. Where'd my socket go? Royston, what'd you do with my socket? Probably a 20. Let's see if it's a 33. I can't remember. Oh, it is a 33. Perfect.
That's a big one.
Yeah, this is a big wrench. Here, let's tighten it all down. I think this wrench probably weighs 25, 30 pounds by itself. Sorry, I'm recording everything except what I'm doing. Ooh. .33 millimeter. How's this thing gonna go on? There we go. One more bite. Let's go down one. Oh yeah, make your back pop. Whew. Wipe all this grease off. But like I said, the baddest breaker bar ever made. Icon, baby. 33 millimeter socket. All right, so all right, we'll see you in a few. Waiting on the rest of these parts to come in: brake pads, axles, strut mounting plates, etc. Then we'll get this video finished up. I appreciate y'all being patient. Hopefully y'all stuck around and watched the whole video. We really appreciate y'all. All right, we're back, everybody. It's been a couple days. We actually had some parts come in, so we got a few things we can do. Got the lower control arms, the rod axles, brake pads, tie rods, and let's see, we got the strut tower mount, which was broke on the other one. We're still waiting on one. We ordered 2 of them. One came yesterday, and the other one's still says 4 days away. For some reason, they were both ordered at the same time, but that's how it goes. So we're at least gonna get the rear brakes put on, get the back finished, structure in, go ahead and do the majority of the front, and then we'll finish it up when the other parts come in.
let's get to it. All right, real quick. They had some pieces backwards on the lower control arms. At first, I was like, please don't tell me these are the wrong ones. But anyway, they just had these bushings back here. They had them on. Both sides were on wrong. So switched them around. They're good. Everything else looks good. Looks like it's supposed to. But I hate, here's the dang outer tie rods. And there's no Alamonts. And it's like, why? Why? How are you supposed to put grease in there? Ever. You can't. Never. That's ridiculous. Some stuff is made okay, and then the other stuff, you look at it and you're like, oh my God. So, got what they had. Never fails. Never fails. Anyways, we'll get back to it. All right, guys. So went to go put the
front hub is back in, get the spindle and stuff. Well, we've got the new bearings and stuff pressed in. Well, when we did it the other day, I didn't realize that the outer part of the bearing race is stuck on these hubs. So I'm gonna attempt to pull them off because can't find replacements. None of the parts stores have them. So they have everybody has the rears, but not the fronts. I need the fronts. So we'll see what we can do here. All right, got that off. Thankfully, I had a few different puller sets because I had to use pieces from each one. So got that off. That's a big sigh of relief because you can't find those hubs anywhere. But anyways, now we get to press those in the new spindles and keep putting this thing back together. So I don't know what the heck's going on. Finally got the old bearing races off where these bearings had come apart and the races were stuck on the hubs themselves. So got the old ones off, just pressed the new ones in, and the one I did just press in will not move. So like this one, I just set it there on top of it to make sure that, these bearings are good. This one's moving right now, front and back. That one's not budging. That is not good. So, never ends. Repair work is probably one of the hardest things to do. So, let me figure it out. See what to do next now. All right, so like I said before, we definitely have an issue. Just press this side in, moves fine, this one don't. And you see some of the bearing is the center part of the bearing. Something's off there. I don't know if they've given us the wrong one. But I've put grease in it and everything. But if you see, this one is below, right below the outer seal here. This one, as you can see, is above it. It's not supposed to be that way, so. What to do? There we go. So for some reason, part of that bearing, it was so tight, the tolerances, I guess, it pushed it out like I showed you. So I just put it back in there and pressed it back down. There we go. It's not bound no more. Awesome. But it looks like it needs to go in just a hair more, because now this one, that one's a little higher. And this right here, I know it probably looks different. Y'all may be wondering what it is. That is one of the adapters from the lift. I had one that was bad. It was bent. It was coned up here at the top, so they sent me an extra set. Well, it fits this perfectly. So of course, it's stuck on there now, so I don't know if I'll ever get it off, but I like it. I use it like this a lot. I think that did the trick. Yeah. Now they both look good. They're both the same marks. Good deal. So let's get back to putting it all together. On to the time lapse. as y'all can see, I'm just kind of rough draft putting everything together. I've got the lower control arms, which these pieces were backwards. They put them on backwards, had to take them off, swap them out for them to line up. But I haven't tightened none of these bolts yet. I'm just kind of rough drafting, putting it together, making sure everything lines up because I've had so many issues. Of course, any of y'all mechanics out there, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Parts from the parts store, if you can get them, half the time they're not right, or they don't line up. Something's always wrong. And then here we go, of course, sealed freaking joints. Sealed lower ball joint, sealed tie rod, both sides. I don't understand that crap. You gotta have Allen mounts. If you're not, I mean, yeah, if the sealed ones, if you could trust what they put in them, you don't know how much grease is in them. I mean, we've seen them with no grease. But I think any kind of joint needs an Allen mount. This cheap crap they're doing nowadays with just putting a cap there and no Allen mount. I mean, you can drill them out, drill and tap them and put an Allen mount in, but damn, they should automatically be there. That's a no-brainer, any kind of joint. But anyway, so we're going to get this all tightened up, make sure everything lines up, put the new sway bar links on, and we're going to go ahead and rebuild one of the front struts. Like I said, we're still waiting on one of the top plates. So let's get back to it. All right, everybody. Clean this camera lens off real quick. There we go. All right, so make sure to put the back together. Tighten the axle nuts, put the caps back on. Everything else is done. Went to go put the new brakes on. And most people don't know, I didn't at one time, but it's hard to do the back brakes. They're different than any other brakes. So these calipers, the pistons won't just push back in like most vehicles. So I'm going to show you right here where this Allen wrench, this hex key is sticking out. All right, there's a bolt right here. It's just a little tiny bolt. It's on the back. Take this bolt out. It's right dead center, right behind the the piston. And you stick a 4mm hex wrench in there, and you turn it, and that's what turns the piston. It recesses the piston back in there, so you can put the new brake pads in, because you cannot get it back in there without loosening this bolt back here. So as you do that, the piston goes back in. Then you put it back on, then you tighten it. So it's a key that's down in there. Just want to show that because it's a pain in the butt. All right, update real quick. These dang sway bar links are giving me a fit. They're two different sizes. One's 14 millimeter, one's 15. So, all right, everybody, as you're seeing, going through, just tightening up everything in the front end. Making sure everything's good, but I think they gave me the wrong sway bar link. I mean, it fits, but one's a 14 millimeter, one's a 15 millimeter, which is stupid. But anyway, that's definitely not the first, second, or third, fourth, fifth thing that's been like that. So anyway, we're gonna do it to it. We got to get the one of the front towers, shock strut towers, built, and we getting close. Appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, everybody, back at the struts. Still waiting on that one plate. Went ahead and put this one back together so that we can go ahead and get this side done. So. Yeah, you got to get, there's a lot of things to get lined up on this car, you know, especially when you're putting this stuff back together. You always got to double, triple check, like putting these struts together, where the spring sits, at the stop point, dust covers, all these other parts and pieces that go together. And then when you go to line it up, you got to make sure, because it's hard to adjust these, especially the rear ones. They were really hard. The passenger side took me like an hour just to get lined up because it was so hard to line it up once it's already in there. So you want to make sure to kind of rough draft everything like I've done. You know, I don't tighten everything. I put everything together, make sure it lines up, then go back and do all your torquing down and stuff. So it's coming along though. It's coming along nicely. I think this is the most work I've ever done to one vehicle at one time, is the entire chassis. So anyways, let's do it. All right, all right, all right. Well, we are getting it done. Got the front driver's side back together. Got all the bolts tight. New hubs, new axles, new brake pads, new strut, new sway bar links, new lower control arm, new outer tie rods. Man, we're doing the damn thing. So yeah, it's been a job, but got the backs back together. Everything is looking good. Got the new brakes, new brake pads, all new lateral links, sway bar links, strut, hubs, bearings, whole 9 yards. So this thing is gonna be nice. 96 gonna ride like a brand new one. So, but for now, I'll be back here in the next couple of days. Finally get this thing finished up. It's been a process, getting the wrong parts, waiting on parts. That's been the longest of the process, is waiting on parts. So we're gonna go over everything, make sure everything's good, and then we've got another video where the clutch master cylinder went out in it. So I got another video coming on it for replacing it too. So appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you back here in a few when the rest of these parts come in. All right, all right, all right. We're back, everybody. It's been a few days, but we finally got our part. Made in China. Go, that figures. Everything's made in China. Ridiculous. Bring all the jobs back to the USA, folks. Anyway, we finally have the missing link that we've waited forever on. We have the strut tower mount. So it's been a long project, rebuilding the chassis on this 626. But man, this thing's gonna ride like a Cadillac. So let's get to it. We're gonna head back to the time lapse and get this thing put together. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. All right, another check-in, everybody. I know it's been a long video, and I really appreciate y'all that have made it this long. That's why we did the time lapse on the majority of the work with a few check-ins here and there. So, all right, parts finally came in. Strut tower mounts, got the fronts done. So I'm putting it all back together. Right now I'm just going around checking everything, making sure I've got my cotter pins, in where they need to go. Everything's tight. Make sure I check all the bolts. All the brake line clips are back in. ABS sensors are back in. New brake pads in. I'm going to go over it again like I have many times. Strut towers, full rebuild. Axles, hubs, bearings, tie rods, sway bar links, lower control arms. Axles, if I didn't say that. Rear, we got the sway bar links, hubs, bearings, lateral links, both sides, front, rearward, brakes. Man, so much stuff. Making sure that, again, back here, all the bolts are tight. You've got your ABS sensors back in, tightened down, brake lines, brake line clips. Man, this has been one heck of a job. So just doing that. Then once I go over every bolt, double, triple check everything, then we'll go back and grease everything. And some of these new parts don't have Allen mounts on them, which sucks, but we do have some that do. So we'll go back and do that. I could get the axle nuts, make sure they're tightened down. We're going to do that here in a minute. And then use your screwdriver or chisel or whatever to crimp that to make sure that doesn't back out. So we're almost done, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in. Hit that like, subscribe, etc., etc. Let's get to it. We're almost done. Can't wait to put this thing back, finish putting it back together. We got the set of new tires. Now that all of the chassis is rebuilt, that new set of tires should last us a long time. This thing was eating a set of tires every 3 months. So let's get back to it. About wore me out. All right, so yeah, those axle nuts, I'm using a 58-inch Icon pry bar, which weighs like 5 pounds, maybe 6, 7, 8 pounds. But that 3/4 Icon pry bar, that's, I don't even know, I think it's a 36-inch, 3/4-inch pry bar. That thing weighs, feels like about 20 pounds. So try and do that with just me. Yeah, it's a pain. So we're going to go around and double check everything. Get this bad boy buttoned up. All right, we have checked everything. We've adjusted the rear calipers. We may have to come back and adjust them. I'll just have to wait and see. Get the tires put back on. Axle nut, bearings, everything's greased, check. Boom. Whew, man. I'm so glad to be almost done.
back together. Oh, yeah. Whew. Dang, what a job. Dang, all new chassis. I mean, this thing sits up like at least 2 or 3 more inches than it did before. Everything was wore out. Glad it's done. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I know this is a heck of a job, heck of a video. Full chassis rebuild on the 96 Mazda 626. Brand new set of tires, everything. It's gonna ride good. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit that like, subscribe, throw some comments. Y'all take care. We'll see you on the next one.